stories about things like this.
Who tells you the stories?
My wife, 'cause she's a doctor, and so there's a lot of pressure on her, where she has to like order things the cheapest first. If she doesn't, then she doesn't get penalized, or she doesn't get off your salary. Like, they look at your salary and they say, "Oh, you didn't do this many generics."
They take a deduction out of her sale?
Yeah, or it's sort of like they're giving it's sort of not really deduction, but it's sort of like a minimum base value, and then they give you bonuses. They give you bonuses if you use the cheapest drugs, but really it's like a deduction.
Does she work for Advocate by any chance?
Adventist.
Okay, so there's certain organizations, without getting too much in the weeds here, where they're called accountable. Blue Cross will have certain contracts with certain groups. So, for example, Advocate, they have certain contracts with them as far as the value and the quality that they deliver, and them offering a lower price point, you know, as far as readmissions and
But there's
so
just more
forth.
checks and balances on both sides.
Yeah, I think that might be more of an HMO thing than on the PPO. Just from what I've seen in prescribing patterns, I have absolutely seen doctors that only prescribe whoever comes in to visit them with the more expensive medications.
And I'm sure there's some drug company rebates, or the more you send them.
Well, the rebates, actually, you get rebates here back to the district, so the people making money on
What
the
I mean
rebates.
is the doctor.
No, that's not.
No, it's the
illegal now.
prescription benefit managers, so the Prime Therapeutics, the Express Scripts, the Caremarks are getting the money on the rebates.
Now with prescriptions, how do we encourage employees to go to Target, Walmart, Costco, and
The
get
4
90
hours?
days
The 90 days.
for $10? Because when you do that,
Right.
it's cheaper
Right.
for the
We
employee
tell 'em,
and the
right.
employer.
Yeah, we do.
And of course, what's that?
We do tell them about the 90 days.
Right.
Yeah.
They mostly use it. I
Okay.
mean, they want to save money.
Your mail order usage is really only about 20%.
Really?
So that's one of the reasons I want Blue Cross to come in. I want them to provide to you an overview of how you're using the prescription plan and some recommendations they have, and then also on the medical plan as well. You know, just to see if there's something else that they're seeing besides what they send to me.
Well, do the employees know about the 90-day thing?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's a great
But
time to communicate.
When we told at one point, I'm sorry, Jimmy, that with any 90 days prescription, we had to go through Prime Mail?
You might have had mandatory mail a long time ago, but I think the co-pays weren't correct. Is that?
It wasn't that long ago that we had
Okay.
mandatory.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it was
This one was
mandatory.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Prime Mail
Go to
handles the
air long
90
days
days.
or something.
Right.
They all have 90 days too.
But
We
a lot
weren't
of
given
the
that
pla-
option, we had to.
You had to
go
do the
through
mail.
Right.
Right.
You had to. For 90 days.
Yeah, but
I gotta
for-
be really organized.
But what, if your co-pays aren't set up correctly, then it could, it costs the plan more, sometimes to do a mandatory mail, depending on how your co-pays are. So, right now, they're at 2 times, I believe, but I thought they were the same, maybe that's when they were the same, it was the same at retail and same at mail, so you could get your mail order, 90-day supply for a 1-month cost at retail. I think that's why we took the mandatory off.
I think it depends on the drug, really.
Well, the rebates are higher, and the cost should be less using mail order. But that's one of the pieces to take a look at. Where are opportunities to do
Still says
better?
that in your mail order mandatory.
Does it say it on
Yeah.
On your-
But your utilization's 20%. So I'll have to look into
So would
that.
that be that people just choose to get 30?
Well, sometimes there are drugs, they don't want 3 months, or they're trying a drug, and then they have
Yeah.
to pay for it, that's the
Right.
main thing, and then
Right,
they're
but
stuck with
that's-
I mean, aren't you, I'm a person on an insurance plan, but isn't it that the plans usually offer, you can go to